You know, it's funny. That prelude was kinda eh, but Chapter 2 remix itself is alright. I mean, I didn't spend much time on Chapter 2, I kinda left early on, and then came back in the later half of Chapter 3. So I missed out on some big events that happened, but yeah, it's what it is. On that note, though, it does kind of get me thinking about Fortnite lore in particular. It's a weird case. Like, there's all this wild stuff going on with this imagined order and the Seven fighting over control of the 0 point that seems to be like this epicenter of the multiverse, which is kind of used to justify all this crossover event stuff. Like, yeah, it's not exactly the deepest thing ever, like world building wise. I mean, I'm sure there's like more details and promise on like this whole chaos faction and all the different like criminal type characters doing all these heists and shit. Because it does seem to come up a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure this is like chapter 6 right now, just like the third heist season in a row now. Well, not in a row, but like per chapter. Like heists have been like a consistent thing since chapter 4, I want to say. Like there was one in chapter 2 as well originally, which is why it makes sense that it's here again in chapter 2 remix. I don't know. It's kind of funny to think about. Like all these characters coming back, or at least like variants of them. And like celebrity guest stars, that's like a whole thing with this one too, I guess. I don't know, it's like looking at the larger Fortnite lore and everything going on with like Last Reality and cubes and all that stuff, it's like it seemed like they had something going there for a while, but like after chapter 4 and the whole time travel thing back to the chapter 1 island, it's like what was it, like a Big Bang event type thing, and now there's like a whole like larger multiverse that they're traveling through, and like the 0 point's like broken up into a bunch of pieces and scattered across, and that's why they're going to like random different islands now. Like with chapter 5 there was this whole thing with like that one organization that Valeria girl was running, and her sister Hope was trying to stop her and all that, and like got caught up in all that mess, and Pandora's box somehow comes into a fray, and next thing you know you got like Olympic gods showing up and shit. It's all just, I don't know, I guess it was sort of a weird turn because like it kind of just left a lot of questions like where is the 0 point? You only really find out later it's broken up. I think it's only really coming up now that it's fragmented in chapter 6 with the very Japanese themed island when run into like Fox Clan characters and stuff again. Apparently like freaking demons and Oni type characters are trying to use it for power. It's just bringing magic back to that island or something. I'm not really sure where the story with this whole thing is going, but I'm guessing they must be trying to figure something out now, because like they're bringing back the 0 point plot point stuff, which felt mostly absent in chapter 5. I don't know. Maybe they're figuring something out. Maybe they're just going by the seat of their pants and just doing random shit. I honestly don't know at this point. I really just play because I have friends that play this. I probably wouldn't have come back to it if it didn't. I kind of want to play over stuff more again. Stuff I don't need to have a constant online connection for, just in case something happens, you know? Like, yeah, this is popular. Lots of people play it. It's like, the gameplay is alright, but I don't know. It always feels like these live service games are always really demanding of your time and want you to play constantly, every day, grinding to get all the content, abusing FOMO and shit. And sometimes you just don't got time for that. You got stuff to do and you don't got money to spend just buying the battle pass. It's why I hate FOMO. It's why I'd rather just be able to outright buy what I want directly instead of having to like get a whole bunch of extra shit I don't really need. Like for example, like there's that one chapter where we got all these, like all that stuff with like Doom and all that, right? I do not care for the Pilverine skin, but there was other skins in the battle pass I wanted, so I kind of just had to deal with it. Imagine if you could have just got them separately or something. I mean, yeah, there's a shop. You spend money to get skins on, but like, even then, I'm kind of sketchy on that, because like, if something happens to this game and the service just suddenly ends, all that money basically just disappears into the ether. Like you spend it all on nothing because the game doesn't exist anymore. Like as long as the game exists, you technically spent money on something in it. It's purely virtual. But if something happens to the game, well, you might as well just spend it on air. I guess that's why I'm not too fond of having to spend money on something like this. It's about as appealing to me as spending money on gacha games. Because it's like the same situation. Once those games die, it's like, that's it. All your money's basically gone. Everything you spent money on is basically gone. And maybe I might seem to have a negative perception of it because like the main gacha game I played was Kingdom Hearts Union Cross of all things, and that was very annoying with its power creep when it came to just trying to get through the story content. But I still think it can be an issue for even more superficial stuff like cosmetics, because like, I don't know about you, I don't know about anyone else, but like, I kind of prefer when I'm still able to play a game long after it's done being worked on. I don't know what kind of thing they would do to even have servers or whatever. Should this game eventually die someday? Like, yeah, maybe that's hard to think about for a lot of people, but let's be real. This game isn't going to exist forever. Eventually, the servers are going to have to shut down for one reason or another. And what then? Will you still have all your skins through some offline private server or something? I don't know. I guess that's my main concern with it. I guess that's why the end of the day, like in terms of long-term ownership, I still kind of prefer having games that I can physically own and get to keep for years and years and not have to worry about like stuff disappearing. Because as long as I keep track of my own stuff, it shouldn't be gone. It's a lot harder when it's a virtual service type situation. Because you don't really own the game, do you? I mean, yeah, it's free to play, but I guess there's always a cost for that sort of thing. Oh well. The map's still fun though. I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't spend too much time on the original Chapter 2 map, so it was still like relatively fresh for me compared to the Chapter 1 map. Funny to think about, honestly. Like, I pretty much left at the start of Chapter 2 when they were doing that whole thing where the reveal about Palpatine somehow surviving was what kick-started like the whole thing with Star Wars Episode 9. Why would you have to play Fortnite for Star Wars plot points? That is weird. Most people who are going to be watching the movies ain't playing this. At least I don't think so. How much overlap is there between Fortnite and Star Wars? Oh. Whatever the case, I kind of just go with through the motions with this game, you know, like I'll play this and that chapter. If I have enough V-Bucks saved up, I might get a battle pass. There's characters I like. But as far as like spending actual money, no. I'm only able to afford what I got so far because of like a friend gifting battle pass way back when and me just saving V-Bucks since then until I can afford another one that I actually thought was interesting. So I'm kind of just grandfathered into getting new battle passes, I guess, through that. As long as I don't be spending my extra V-Bucks on other stuff in the shop, I should be able to, like, consistently get stuff from newer seasons now, but, yeah. Still, I'm kind of just accepting the thought that, like, it is very much possible in, say, 2030, 2040 that this game could be gone and all the stuff that I got in it will be gone. And it's like, yeah, that'd be kind of lame. Definitely. I mean, it's definitely like a disadvantage live services have over other stuff that I've played before. Like games that have like a defined beginning and ending and cost a certain amount of money and have like defined unlockables that don't have a time limit on them. So there's no FOMO factor. It's like once I get it, I have it. I kind of prefer that approach, honestly. Can be kind of annoying to discuss the sort of topic sometimes, because like I be conversing with some about it, and I don't know, I feel like some people are kind of like very dead set on defending gacha games or stuff like battle passes or whatever, because they still get something out of it, even if it's technically something they don't physically get to keep. Like, it's only there as long as the game is running. Not every game is going to be running forever with online features all the time. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the matter. So, yeah. Game's fun, but enjoy it while it lasts, I guess.